website. He also knew after seeing him up late at night and not clearing his browser history. We finally admitted to each other that we knew, and I was no longer alone with this secret. As much as it sucks to talk about it with my brother, I felt a huge weight lift off my shoulders. I was no longer alone. I want to know your thought, and she doesn't. I don't want my parents in my life hitting on me and asking me out when they're in monogamous relationships. My dad has issues. Maybe website profile.
Well, obviously,
happy Saturday.
The idea runs in the family. I mean, it seems very clear to me that the dad got the idea from the daughter doing it. Not to
oh, I didn't get that.
Not to place blame on you in any way. You didn't do anything wrong, but like you certainly, gave him a good idea.
Yeah, I don't think he was sitting around going, "Oh yeah, kink.com or Fat Life or whatever or Sugar Baby."
Yeah.
I think the only concern that I have here is, and that I probably would want to clear with my dad, is making sure that he's being safe and not, putting your mother in a risky situation and not.
I hate to, but they're not. The parents are not having.
It doesn't seem
anymore.
like they are.
There's not a chance in hell.
I think
not a chance.
They have
in
a
hell.
caring relationship.
Yeah, they're friends,
and they're friends who love each other.
Yeah.
And he gets his rocks off with other people, and I really get that. It's not my dad, so of course I can say this. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, literally,
I'm okay with it.
If it was my dad, I would be. I mean, I think there has
for many
to be.
reasons.
I think as you get older, I think you will realize that just because your parents are still married does not mean they're necessarily still in love, and it could just mean they're on there is such a thing as a good partnership.
My father, I think we've talked about this before, loved porn. I don't know if he still does. I have a feeling that
mentioned it. Yeah,
I have a feeling that he does still. And when I was a kid and I found out, no one's ever talked to me about porn. I saw porn way too early because of him. But I was like, I knew he's doing something bad. And then I really, truly, I was a child, so I was being illogical about this, but I was like, my mom's downstairs crying. It's because her bipolar meds weren't working. And my dad's up here jerking off. It's because he couldn't have a meaningful connection with his wife right now because she was going a little mentally insane.
Sure.
And she needed space.
Yeah.
That's perfectly healthy.
Yeah.
That's healthy. And so obviously this is taking it to the next level. You are correct. But I really, your dad is getting emotional satisfaction with your mother in that they are longtime friends. They were madly in love with each other, I'm sure, at one point. Maybe they weren't. I don't know. Not everybody is. And they love each other and they respect each other. I don't think that's right. And the health issues, the dad with the health issue, I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, I think
let
also
him be.
The writer is
He's an adult.
The writer is coming at this situation the way a 27-year-old would react if this happened in her relationship. Because at 27 you are and you should be looking for deep romantic love and passion and that connection. I think when you are older, those needs a lot of times change. And yes, there will still be some older people who definitely do need that kind of regular sex in their life. But I can already tell, for me personally, I can already tell, as an old person, I'm not going to need to, be fucking around. I'm not going to be, fucking around the old folks' home. I'm just going to want a nice person to talk to and to laugh with. And, that is already, more of a priority to me
now.
Than just, having sex. And, that's not to say that I'm sexual and I want to have sex and, I still masturbate from time to time. Not really ever my thing. But,
every day.
And so I just think, and I wouldn't even talk to your dad about it because, that's so weird.
That's his business. That's his business.
The same way as
I know what the streams have crossed.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
Don't project onto your dad.
Yeah.
That. And that's his life. He's a grown-ass person. And
it's their relationship.
Your mom, if it would ruin your mom, don't.
It's just, and I'm sorry
it's good that you could talk about it with your brother.
At least your brother knows, and it's kind of this just weird, fun.
It's weird, man. It's weird.
Fun and ish. I think it'll be funny.
Weird.
I think it'll be funny. Probably maybe not until after they're dead, but
maybe. Yeah, probably not.
That'll be a joke to look forward to in the sadness of your parents' death. Yeah. All right, next email. And
you're up, Corinne.
We nailed it. Oh gosh, which am I even doing? My ex co-parent has the zombie girlfriend from hell. Let's do this one. Hey bitches, I relate so much to you girls, and I just had to share part of my story. So I have a very good relationship with my daughter's dad. His family loves me. I go to his mom's house once a week and help her around the house. We spend holidays together. They are more of a family than my own. I spend a lot of time with my daughter and her dad together, and people think that is the most odd thing ever. No, it's not. It's called being a good parent. But I think it is important to spend time as a family. Now, I have no desire to get back with her dad, but my feelings towards his girlfriend just make me seem like I'm jealous, which I'm totally not. It's good to put totally when you're really not. It really helps. I thought to send you this because we just went trick-or-treating together, and every year I make my own costume. I go through 15 different shops. I go to craft shows to put together the perfect costume. You're a good person. And the last
You're a good person.
in the last 4 years, I have put together all the costumes for me, my daughter, and her dad. Wow. People just do not understand all the work that goes into these costumes, and I literally cannot stand watching grown women in plastic, tacky-looking store-bought costumes. Girl, I hear you so hard. This year, we were dressed up as Red Riding Hood Grandma and the Wolf, and we looked great. The girlfriend was in the cheapest looking witch's hat I have ever seen. Oh my God, I'm cunt. I am resonating with this so hard. I had a witch's hat that was 1 million times better, literally on the floor of my car.
Is this Corinne's email? Did you write this
I
email?
wrote in the podcast,
You
guys.
have a child?
I almost asked her if she wanted to wear it. She also has a daughter, and she was a fox with very good makeup her mom did. Now I say to the girlfriend, hey, did you do that makeup? It looks really good. Yeah, I did the makeup. She did not once say anything about our costumes. All right, well, now you're getting middle schooly. And this is within everything. Normally, when you see someone, you say, hi, how are you? Or hi, cute shoes or something. This girl literally was born without a personality, and it just bugs the shit out of me. I feel I am a creative soul, and I hate people enough as it is. I just can't get over this. Her dad is also a very her dad is also a very creative soul, and I just don't get it. We went to an amusement park over the summer. The whole family you're creative, but maybe not in writing. Over the whole summer,
me either.
The whole family, dad, me, girlfriend, and the 2 girls. It was a 3-hour drive to get there and a 3-hour drive back in. And that makes me sound crazy, but I sat in the back the entire time and played with the kids. And the girlfriend did not once offer to sit in the back. Yeah, who would?
Yeah,
that's the worst seat, girl.
This girl isn't a zombie monster from hell so far, I gotta say.
It's just these little things that she does that make me resent her. She is just so boring and has no style, and it does not know how to talk or be considerate. I just have very few people to talk about this and just needed to vent. I hope I didn't sound too crazy. Love you, girl. Bye-bye. Okay, so number one.
We don't have to rush. We're fine.
This is me. This email is me.
It is you.
But this is young me. And I have grown up older, and I gotta say, as much as I wish it were illegal to be boring and have a bad Halloween costume, it is not.
It ain't, dude.
Some people are just boring. And for people like you to blow people away with their amazing creativity, we have to have boring people. Because, bitch, if everyone was interesting, you would be boring too.
Oh.
If everyone's boring, then everyone's interesting. You know,
we're in the Matrix.
It's
That's
the same.
so true.
It's the same thing. Okay, so it's just as we need to have quote unquote ugly people for people to be pretty. You know, you need to, if everyone
was
same,
a 10, then we're all a 0.
Exactly, girl. So I mean, you should just think instead of getting mad and huffing and puffing about this girl, you should be so thankful that women like this exist.
Yeah,
she is lifting you up,
boring
in the most beautiful way.
Yeah, she's highlighting your amazingness.
No work for you and no work for her.
So who gives a shit? Let her be. She's not a monster.
Let her be boring. And also, you know, your boyfriend probably is really creative, but you know what the worst combo is? 2 really creative people. Okay?
It's exhausting.
That's called a murder. That's what that is. Okay? You cannot have in most relationships there is one person.
If both people have snobby taste, that is not good.
Yeah, and there has to be one person who's in the spotlight. Okay? Every relationship there's a star and then there's a supporting actor. Okay? And you just have to decide what do you need to be in your relationship.
Yeah, what will compliment you the best?
Exactly. Yeah.
And yeah, don't, unless she didn't do nothing you said that she did is to, because I was waiting for her to say something like, oh, I wouldn't want my daughter to be with this person. But she who gives a shit?
Yeah, and she's a good mom. She did good makeup for her. Just because, I mean,
she did good makeup for her fox child.
She did good, you know, and she's not the parent. She should always treat your child with respect. But she's not their parent. They're not even like married. They're just, she should be nice, but she doesn't need to go overboard.
Yeah.
With the parenting, and it's just cool. It's just cool that you can all hang out without fighting. You don't need this bitch to compliment you.
I feel like she's somebody, and I know you're hard on yourself. You're the hardest person on yourself. So maybe she's hard on herself and she's projecting on this lady.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, more so that I am, physically repulsed when I see a bad Halloween costume.
You are.
But
That's true.
That's true. That's something we got to get past.
Yeah. This email is my husband masturbating to the sound of our roommate fucking his girlfriend. Need advice. Okay. Hey guys, I started listening to you guys for about 3 months or so, and I can't stop relating, laughing, enjoying the podcast and the themes you guys talk about. I can say I'm getting addicted. Congrats for the work. Thank you. So, I got married a little less than a month ago, and currently in my house are living 3 people. Me, my husband, and our roommate. Our roommate recently got a girlfriend, and my husband and I always hear them fucking. It's pretty annoying, and it gets me thinking if he can also hear us. But that's a subject for another email. So, our office is right by our roommate's bedroom. My husband and I haven't had sex in a while, less than a week. Oh, fuck you. Because I'm PMSing and I feel horrible when that time of the month comes. Totally hear you. So it's natural for him to masturbate more. I hate to see him doing that looking at random girls online, but I always let go because it's nothing to feel insecure about. Sometimes I accidentally see him doing that and I awkwardly step back where I came from. No biggie. I don't know what that means. But tonight, my roommate and his girlfriend were loud fucking as usual, and after telling my husband sex wasn't happening tonight, he went to the office. So after a while, I thought, no, he isn't. And he was. He was masturbating to his porn while the whole house could listen to our roommate and his girlfriend having sex. He said he wasn't masturbating to the sound of it, but to his porn. But I just can't believe him. I really think he was aroused by the sound of our 300-pound roommate and his girlfriend fucking. Oh, well, girl, that's not a fact that it was related to this story. He got the idea of him being able to. He got offended. Obviously, I know how crazy it sounds. And I'm sleeping in the guest room because I'm disgusted of the idea of him being able to do that kind of thing. Am I crazy? Did I go too far accusing him of that? Is that even a thing? I'm confused. Thanks for helping me. I hope you guys keep up with the amazing podcast. Blah, 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 blah. So your husband was jerking off to your 300-pound roommate who's apparently amazing in bed. Okay? I think what's happening here is you're projecting because you're hearing whenever, and I do this. That's why I'm comfortable to assert that. Whenever I'm in a lull with sex with my boyfriend, I do feel secretly like kind of bad and like kind of like I'm being like a bad girlfriend. Even though that is not true. Because a relationship is so much more than sex, even though sex is a very important part of it. So sometimes I'll see my friends will be like, yeah, I'm going to go like fuck my boyfriend. I'm like, yeah, me too, whatever. And I'm not going to go home and fuck my boyfriend. We're going to fall asleep. Because I have shit to do and he wants to go to bed early. For whatever reason it is. And sometimes I feel like I need to be competitive with my friends who are very like, but then I remember, oh yeah, I have my life and my life's not their life, so who gives a shit? So I think you are projecting because to me, if you're jerking off to the sounds of loud fucking, a lot of guys, like for Steven, he loves watching porn because he likes the sounds that the girl makes. Okay. I've had roommates have sex loudly, and it grosses me out.
It also grosses me out.
And that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
But if I got turned on, I can say I wouldn't.
I don't think there's anything wrong with
this. Flick a clit on the couch a little bit.
No, I don't think there's anything
wrong with that. Tell him. I wouldn't be creepy about it. I wouldn't, be bare ass on the couch with my pussy hanging out because that's rude. It's a shared space. But I don't think that's wrong. I think let him be. So he's listening to 2 people he doesn't know in porn have sex versus your room. Who gives a shit?
I don't think there's anything wrong with this. And then also, there's instances like, have you ever been like a hotel that had that had a courtyard where you can see across to another room in the hotel?
Oh, I always look.
Yeah, and you can.
Sometimes I masturbate with the windows open and be like, if anyone sees me, whatever. It's hot.
Right. I like to look and see if I see other people. And then I'm like, wow, am I a sexual predator? You know,
No.
there's just so many things making me ask. But the thing is, it's like, that's my commentary on like the changing in society. It's like,
Yeah.
I think that very easily someday soon could be considered being a sexual predator. And like, is it less sexual predatory because I am a young woman? I think absolutely in society. Like if you saw, like a young, cute girl looking at you as opposed to like an old man, like, wouldn't you feel more comfortable with the young woman? I mean, I think a lot of people would.
I'm like, first of all, fuck you. That doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
That made me go ding, ding, ding.
Doesn't matter. Am I reading another?
Yeah. Yeah, it's whatever. Fuck it.
Okay, this is picking response. This is in response to the picking email that we read last week. That we got a lot of emails about that, so I'm very glad that I wrote it. This one says, "Hi, ladies. I was just listening to this week's episode and heard the letter that you read about a girl who actually picks her head hair out and is almost balding because of this disorder."
Oh.
They are usually anxiety related, like you mentioned on the show. My whole life, I thought I had bad skin or acne, but really I was just neurotically picking at nothing and making my skin bad myself. I went to a dermatologist for years and tried so many different types of medicine or skin regimens to get my acne under control and never could. It wasn't until my therapist noticed me picking during a particularly difficult session one day and asked me about it that I realized it was an anxiety disorder. We have since brainstormed a ton of different ways to get me to stop picking, such as wearing gloves all the time and in public. I got really into makeup so that I wouldn't want to touch my face because if I touch my face, I would mess the makeup up. But then I just started picking at my arms and shoulders instead. We tried many different ways of creating a barrier between my skin and my nails so that I would notice if I was picking or trying to and stop before it got bad. I also tried replacement behaviors like snapping or rubber band and whatnot. The only thing that I have noticed has really worked is getting my nails done. I get ANC, which makes the nail itself thicker and makes it much more difficult to get under the skin to the blemish to tear up your skin. I know that can be expensive, and believe me, I am a social worker, so I am broke, but it's truly the only thing that has really cut down on my picking key, because you're kind of like almost in a trance when you're doing these anxiety behaviors. And so the key is in whatever way you know how to get yourself out of that trance.
I do want to read one last email.
Okay.
Because, or if it, just this one, if you like this, if you like the episode, we have so many, oh God, I have so many emails in my hand that I can't read that. One of them is about my boyfriend's parents. He thought they were dead, but they're not. And I know a secret. I'm like, we'll get to them eventually. Keep sending them. This email is just, it's sweet. And it's a sweet reminder of, youth. Sexual pressure on my life is the subject line. Hey, it's from a guy. Hey, I'm a 14-year-old guy. Maybe too young? I have no fucking idea. I've been listening to you guys for a year and have really appreciated your talks and honesty. You guys are fucking awesome. Keep it up. When I grow up, I want to be as cool as you guys. Uh-oh. You've told me a lot about stuff my parents don't talk about. So to get to the point, I have a handful of guy friends who are all 2 to 8 years older than me, and a shit ton of friends who are girls and don't have a girlfriend and haven't asked a girl out, and my mom and dad won't let me date until I'm 18. Because I hang out with an older crowd, I'm mentally more mature and aware of everything around me, and am physically more mature. I have some facial hair, am more muscular, and more socially active than other guys my age. I've been called a gentleman by lots of people, and I've been dubbed the cool kid, and I tend to be the alpha male because guys 6 years older will do as I say and follow my lead. I'm not trying to jerk myself off, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of who I am. I love him. When people find out my age, they expect me to be shitty to girls and the fucking asshole. And they treat me like a child, or they expect me to be all over girls and try to have sex all the time. I prefer being around girls, but the age I'm at, hanging around girls and not being el macho is considered weird. I have been watching porn for over a year, and I'm trying to get off it. But I am really struggling, and I can see it affecting my everyday life. I have not had sex yet. Everything around me is sex-driven, and the adults I know treat sex like it's a sin worse than murder. It's not. I feel all the sexual pressure and just the pressure of growing up on myself by all this, and it's killing me. I'm so fucking confused. I don't know what to do. Do you have any advice at all?
Oh,
Thanks. I love you.
Thanks
First of
for
all,
listening.
You got a good head on your shoulders, and also, it sucks that when people find out your age, if they expect you to be an asshole. When I think of 14-year-old boys, I've talked to 14-year-old boys before. I've met people's sons, and I think there are a lot of. It's like any group of people. Some of them are going to be really sweet and great, and some of them are going to be pieces of shit. Because everyone is capable of being a piece of shit. So
yeah, I just think of zits.
I think of braces.
Yeah, I just like, if you say 14-year-old, I just think of a guy that's a little awkward with a lot of zits on his face. I don't think of an asshole.
No, I don't think of an asshole either. But first of all, I thought it was interesting that it's not. You said it's not cool to not act el macho around women. You are your own person, and you can act. If you don't feel like acting macho, it sounds like that's not who you are, and you're expected to act one way. And I think when you're 14, a lot of life, when you don't have to pay bills, a lot of your priorities are about what other people think of you. And that's just the way it is when you're that young. And just know that as a 14-year-old boy, man. Are you man yet? No, yeah. Well, technically not a man.
Boy,
yeah, boy. Yeah, I think so too.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's great. Enjoy it. You do not. Whenever you feel like you should be acting one way, unless it's a moral dilemma, don't act. You don't have to act macho, because too many boys grow up to be men who think they have to act macho, and if they were just themselves this whole time, I think that their life would be a little easier. So make your life easier and act like yourself. And I know that when you're 14, other people's words carry a lot of weight. And I promise you, when you grow up, people are still going to be kind and people are still going to be shitty to you. But one thing that I love so much about getting older is giving less of a fuck about what other people think. And I think back to how much I just held on to everyone's opinion of me as the word of God. And that's just simply not true. I also think it's interesting that you made the observation that you should probably stop watching porn after watching it a year. I don't know what your reasonings are, but I feel like you might be right. I think that, but I'm also curious. Like, I kind of like write us back and tell us why. I'm interested to see. It is weird that because of the internet and because of porn, you can put in anything on a porn site in a search field and get it. I think getting laid should be hard work. And hitting on something, it's effort, it's work. And I think with porn, it's kind of like I said this in a meeting today, and I'm like, good thought, Christina. I think a lot of grown men use porn the way that Harvey Weinstein used that potted plant. They jerk their self-hatred off into it, and they keep it there, but it's not solving the problem. So you're 14, and I think that those layers of bullshit haven't accumulated yet for you. Maybe they're starting to, but listen to your gut. If you think you should stop looking at it, one, I'm curious what you think the reason. What
I'm
the
guessing
reasoning
it's
is.
consuming his thoughts all day.
It must be, and if that's the case, yes, you should. And to practice that self-control, that's good. That's really good. You're ahead of the game,
right?
Kid.
And also, you don't want to. I mean, like, because Christina said, you can get access to anything you want to, and she's right. So it's like, if you've seen the craziest shit there is to see by the time you're 14.
What fun is it when you're 18?
But also, what is it going to take to get you off when you're 18?
Yeah.
And that's a really disturbing thing to think about. And I think, porn, like Sarah Silverman always says, make it a treat. In her book, she talks about she loves weed, but she says, make it a treat, because she was smoking it too much. She was getting lazy, and she realized, make it a treat. So I think that these things that maybe sometimes are considered bad in society have gotten that reputation for a reason, and that's because people have been irresponsible with them. So I mean, the same thing with alcohol. Just think of porn like candy. Your mom wouldn't let you have candy every day, or candy for dinner, candy for breakfast. So it's like, maybe you set maybe Sunday afternoons is going to be porn afternoon, and you set aside an hour where you enjoy porn because you love it and it makes you feel good, and that gives you something to look forward to on Sunday. I mean, I think there really is a power in going without something.
Also, try and jerk off using your imagination, because there's that's a limitless thing,
Right.
and it feels good. I've been doing that lately.
You don't want to jerk off like all the time, though.
Totally.
But a lot of guys I know, do jerk off once a day, so I don't think that there's anything weird about doing that. I mean, I know people who masturbate more than once a day.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
And and back to acting. I mean, I think that the sentence that you said, men feel that you need to act el macho. The fact that the word is act is even in there. When you are being yourself, you don't need to act in any way because you're just being yourself. I don't act like a bitch. I am a bitch. Like, that's it. It's fine. That's who I am.
And the older you get, the more you'll realize everything around you. It is sex-driven. Marketing, any television show, everything is sex-driven, and it could seem really overwhelming. And sometimes it's easy to fall into the trap of like, is sex the most important thing? It's not. It's not the most important thing in the world. It is why all of us are here, but that's not the most important thing in the world. And so keep asking yourself these questions. Keep challenging yourself and listening to your gut. I think
it seems like you have a good one. Yeah,
you do, and it seems like you're going to grow up to be a pretty cool ass man. So thank you for writing us, and thank you for listening, everybody.
Guys, what an episode! What a roller
really
coaster! It was great. And if you like episodes like this, this is the kind of episodes we do on our bonus content which is on Stitcher Premium. I mean, this was not just a big ad for that. Don't worry, we're not L'Oreal. But sorry, that was just a passive aggressive comment that only me and Christina will get because it has to do with the event we went to yesterday. All of life's not an ad. Sometimes we just like stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to listening to guys. We fucked the anti-slut shaming podcast. We'll have a guest next week, and we'll talk to you.
Too much coffee, too much wine at night. I've been smoked a lot less, so I've been wound up more tight. And I'm so sorry for looking out for myself. There's this one little thing that I call my mental health. Too much time is gone by now. I can't make this shit work out. I just wanna be okay, and I'm so sorry. To you one day, with my face down in the mud, 'cause I've been falling apart. I've been coming undone, yeah. Too much soaking on my cellular phone, so I deleted the world so it would leave me alone. And I don't need this. I didn't ask for your help. I just can't win when this thought process is gone straight to hell. Too much time is gone by now. I can't make this shit work out. I don't mean to be a pain and cause a heartache. To you one day, with my face down in the mud, 'cause I've been falling apart. I've been coming undone, and I'm so sorry that I missed out on the love coming from all my friends who were
Welcome to Guys We Fucked. Guys We
booked.
I'm Christina. I'm Corinne. We're sorry about last night. The anti-slut shaming podcast. I never stop.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Guys We Booked.
It's the anti-slut shaming podcast. I'm Corinne.
I'm Christina. I got titties. Do you as well? Well, you're going to love Third Love. Bra shopping is a drag. But what if you could skip all the hassle and find a perfect fitting bra in minutes? Check out Third Love. Their Fit Finder quiz recommends the bra that's right for you, for your size and your shape. And now you can try one of their bras for free for 30 days. You just pay $2.99 for shipping. Go to thirdlove.com/GWF to find your perfect fitting bra and try it for 30 days for free. That is thirdlove.com/GWF.
Come see us live, Los Angeles, California, on Sunday, November 19th at 8:30 p.m. We're going to be in the main room at the Comedy Store for our standalone show, the Book Mitzvah, where we'll be celebrating the release of our book that is available in stores and online now, called Fucked, being sexually explorative and self-confident in a world that's screwed. Thank you so much to everyone who has bought the book so far. Our numbers are outstanding. I mean, we didn't make the New York Times bestseller list yet, but technically,
wait, we still can?
We can, but I mean, we would have to sell like 8,000 copies in one.
All right,
week.
what the fuck you doing, guys? Get off your computers. No, I'm just kidding.
But it's like, the people who are beating us are people like Hillary Clinton. So it's not really.
It's an honor. I didn't know there were only 5 books on that fucking list for each category.
It's almost
I can't even believe we
impossible.
were considered. That's huge.
Well, we broke our goal by over 1,000 books of what we were looking to sell. So thank you
guys.
You guys have been awesome with posting pictures of it and telling friends about it, and keep doing that, because I mean, the main thing is it's cool to get on lists, but I think it's more important that we wrote a book that we're really proud of carrying.
Agreed.
So thank you for that, and thank you so much to Blue Apron.
Ooh, you hungry?
Blue Apron is the #1 fresh ingredient and recipe delivery service in the country. Blue Apron's mission is to make incredible home cooking accessible to everyone. Blue Apron achieves this by supporting a more sustainable food system, setting the highest standards for ingredients, and building a community of home chefs. Featured upcoming meals include crispy wild Alaskan pollock and garlic mashed potatoes with roasted broccoli and tartar sauce, cheesy broccoli baked pasta with crispy thyme breadcrumbs, seared steaks and garlic butter with oven fries and romaine salad, and roasted chicken and fall vegetables with cranberry and ginger compote. I love a good compote.
Damn, compote's such a good word.
I love Blue Apron. I'm really big into cooking. I'm really big into watching cooking shows because of my intense love of food. And I can honestly say Blue Apron, not only the meals were delicious, but it also made me a better cook, a more creative cook. I know kind of just off the top of my head things that go better together, and I can now whip up things from my own imagination in a much higher level way than I was able to before. Check out this week's menu and get $30 off your first order with free shipping by going to blueapron.com/GWF. You will love how good it feels and tastes to create incredible home-cooked meals with Blue Apron, so don't wait. That's blueapron.com/GWF. Blue Apron, a better way to cook.
And then after you've eaten all your Blue Apron meals in one sitting, because maybe you accidentally got high and you were really hungry, you fall asleep on your Casper mattress. Casper is a sleep brand that continues to revolutionize its line of products to create an exceptionally comfortable sleep experience, one night at a time. With 3 mattress models, the original Casper, the Wave, and the Essential, Casper mattresses are perfectly designed to soothe and cradle your natural geometry. That was a very poetic way of saying it's a very fucking comfy bed. Not to mention, the breathable design helps you sleep cool and regulates your body temperature throughout the night. And it's delivered right to your door in a small, how do they do that, size box with free shipping and returns in the US and Canada. But the best part is that you can be assured of your purchase with Casper's 100-night risk-free sleep on it trial. After all, you spend 1/3 of your life sleeping. Damn, that's a lot of life. So you should be comfortable. It's true. Corinne and I both sleep on Casper mattresses. Steven and I love the Casper mattress. We had a very shitty mattress before that. It was a futon mattress, and Steven really didn't want to switch. And then when we did, he was like, yeah, this is a lot better. And it got delivered in a box that I was like, there is no fucking way there's a mattress in that fucking box. And then there's a mattress in the fucking box, you guys. It's magical. It's like those little pills you took. You didn't take them. You bought them when you were a kid, or your uncle gifted them to you when you did something good, and you put it in a warm cup of water, and all of a sudden it's not a pill, it's a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex, and you're like, what the fuck? That's the Casper mattress experience of unboxing. It's amazing. I fucking love this mattress. Start sleeping ahead of the curve with Casper. Get $50 off towards any mattress purchase by visiting casper.com/GWF using GWF at checkout. That is casper.com. Offer code GWF for $50 off your mattress purchase. Terms and conditions apply. Woo!
Get that money, girl.
Get that money, honey. Oh boy.
Did you have anything personal you wanted to talk about?
I watched. I was blessed to watch Alfred.
Oh,
week.
yes. Little
And I
Alfred.
love him so much. It did make me realize I don't want a dog because I don't want to think of anyone or anything before myself.
I was gonna say,
really don't.
I was like, I think it's
My best
good
friend
for
warned
you to do. I mean, I'm super happy I got the dog. It was the right decision for me. But
Yeah.
also, I mean, I've had
You've wanted
dogs
a
my
dog.
whole life,
Right.
So I think it's different. And also, I'm a little bit older than you, and I think, and I think right now it's just kind of like different. I don't live with a boyfriend. It's really helped with my depression a lot.
The one thing that I did notice was I started having an anxiety attack while he was here, and he like jumped on my lap, and it calmed me down. And I do understand. I used to call bullshit on the whole, oh, it's a service dog because it helps with your anxiety. Oh, that's adorable. No, for real though.
No,
dogs
100%.
really do
My
help with anxiety.
I'm so much less depressed now that I have Alfred. And it's also like because it takes away, like, it's like sometimes you're like, oh, why do I even need to wake up in the morning? It's like, well, you have to, just for these very small things. Like, you have to feed your dog. You have to walk your dog.
I was very, like, you warned me that Alfred was going to wake me up earlier than I wanted to be woken up. And I knew that. But I was really happy to get up and take him outside.
Yeah, no,
because it got me outside.
He's the best. He's very sweet.
Try to have just to see, because we were like, do we want this dog life or nah? So we tried. We're like, he's going to just sleep at the floor at the foot of the bed.
Yeah.
And then, nope, that didn't happen. He slept with us. And then he just kept climbing on Steven, and we kept gently putting him down on the floor. And then he would sit there and stare at us before eventually coming and climbing back on Steven. And I put him in the bathroom upstairs.
Yeah.
And I like put a blanket out. I like really made it nice for him. And he was so upset. And I just couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear him cry. I couldn't fuck and hear a dog cry.
It definitely is like dog life. When I say like, James and I, our whole life, and we're not married and we don't live together, is like 100% like revolves around Alfred.
Not for
Thinking
me.
about Alfred first. I mean, it's really bond us. Like we've really learned how to co-parent great.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a great experience to have. But yeah, no.
I do really want to, real quick. I know we're kind of rushing mostly for me, but I want to read this one email. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Just because I don't
care.
I don't want to like not give people content just because I'm having a nervous breakdown. That's not on you.
And I wish everybody would live by that rule.
You guys
Okay? Stop being selfish.
You guys have been here the whole time. This is just an email really resonated with me this week. And the subject line is, I have amazing tits along with a horrible picking habit. We'll go past the part where we're great. I'm emailing you guys because of a really bad habit that I have that can directly affect my sex life in a negative way. So those tiny little blackheads or pimples around your nipples? Well,
yes.
yeah, I pick incessantly at them. I used to do it sporadically, but now I do it every day, sometimes more than once a day. This results in red dots and little scabs from picking all around my nipples. And before writing this email, when I looked in the mirror with my tits out, I realized I used to look at them, give them a love squeeze, and be like, yes, amazing. My boobs are great. Everyone loves them. Guys love them. My friends love them.
Mailman loves them.
I won a wet t-shirt contest this summer at a festival. Ha ha. And that totally gave me an extra boost in my titty confidence.
Okay.
When I started college, they got 2 cup sizes bigger due to the freshman 15. Most of that 15 was actually 30 and a half of it went to my boobs.
Whoa.
I got really insecure about the weight I gained, especially in my boobs. So I feel you, Christina. But I got a lot of dudes because they love my big old titties and my personality, I guess. But since I started sleeping around more, I started to feel like a slut. But then I grew more confident and comfortable with my body and my boobies, and then learned how to defend slut shaming.
Aw.
Finally, I heard your podcast. Now I feel like I'm on top and I'm in a really good place in life. But when I'm stressed, AKA every day, I'm a 22-year-old university student, I pick. I pick at my nipples. I pick at my face. I fucking pick so much, it's really bad. My mom always said, stop picking. She would smack my hand and say it makes it worse. She's right, and I know it, but it's honestly just one of those habits I can't break. I pick, and it relieves stress. You know those people that watch pimple popping videos? I can't do that. It's too gross for me, so I have to do it in real life. I've heard it's really bad to pick at the ones around your nipples, so I was wondering if you guys...
So that's the ones I went for first.
also have those mini impurities around your nipples, and if it's bad to pick at those. What are the consequences? How do I stop? I want to stop because I don't want guys to look at my tits in a shirt before the bedroom, get excited to rip my shirt off, but then are disgusted by what looks like scabby chicken pox around my nipples, ruining the image of my great tits. I know most people don't care enough to notice in the heat of the moment, but no one wants to suck a scabby titty, you know?
Maybe they do.
So please help. Any advice I appreciate, and so do the twins. I love you guys. Never stop the podcast.
Should we show a picture of her boobies?
Big boobs, beautiful girl.
Hey, baby. Not that matters.
It does not matter.
Beautiful on the inside as well.
Oh, sorry, Jones wants to
Well,
see a
when you
picture.
introduced me to the tool that you can get at CVS, you can like push blackheads out.
Right, yeah.
I started getting
Lancet.
obsessed with
Lancet.
that, and I was like, oop, gotta distract myself. And now I scratch lotto tickets.
Yeah, no, the Lancet is, amazing. But I love this. Number one, the reason you should want to stop picking at your titties is not because of guys are going to judge you. Because
That should be on a fucking bumper sticker, Corinne.
it's because you're harming yourself physically. No, I love this because I'm guessing it has to do with my OCD, but like I will get obsessed with picking, and I know a lot of
I
other
have
people who do get picking, especially like with zits on your face. Like I would
will
almost
always.
be heartbroken if I never had zits because then I wouldn't have something to pick at, and that's like
Whoa.
it's like a stress relief. Like the other day, I was in a hotel room and I was like picking at my face, and James came in and I was like, James, can you just let me pick at my face?
Oh,
And
yeah, you gotta pick at your face in private.
Just let me do this. Like I
Yeah.
know it's gross and it's disgusting, but like it's very
Cathartic.
cathartic.
And it's you time.
The nipple and the chest area is actually the worst to do it. It does, for some reason, it scars more
I have
easily.
picked at that before, only because I'm like, what the fuck's this?
That's one, like whenever I had chest pain, that's one area I will not pick at because it makes it so much worse. And to answer your question, yes, I think most girls I know have zits or like nipple hair.
Every girl,
Yeah.
every human, I'm
So
pretty
don't feel
sure.
bad about that. It's
Ugh.
weird.
Is there ever one day you wake up and there's a long ass hair in your boob and you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, pluck that, don't shave that. That's
But it doesn't take
Pluck your
time to
nipple
grow in.
hair.
It's not like a budding rose.
It's magic.
But it literally one day it's not there, and then one day you got a beard on your tit. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Joke's on me all the time, apparently.
Yeah, I mean,
Anyway.
so it sounds like you're getting a little obsessive with it. So I would definitely look into like OCD and like the tactics to do it, because it says I looked it up just really quickly, and it says picking and doing self-surgery is bad. It can leave marks and scars and can even be on the OCD spectrum, which is an anxiety disorder, which I totally agree with. Absolutely. You can cause an infection and you can actually make the pimples worse. That's all true. Because,
Yes,
I mean,
of course. Because
we're-
there's the bacteria under your fingernails.
your hands aren't clean. You're pushing bacteria further into your skin. I mean, when you're using a lancet, like I'm doing it in a way that I learned at the spa,
you dip
so
it in
I'm
the
actually improving my skin when I'm doing it with
Wait, you gotta teach me that
a
later.
lancet. But that's because I know how to do
One
it.
time I did it to my nose so bad, like the blackheads, that
Yeah.
I woke up and it felt like I had a rock under my, like I fucked up. I did it too hard.
Sure, and
And
you-
I was like, yeah, I gotta stop, Christina.
You feel out of control. In high school, I certainly picked at my face in a way that was not spa level picking that I did not know. And I remember like my mother even came out, like it was before school. I used to do it, and she like came out and like talked. She's like, you have to stop picking at your face because it's like you're destroying your skin.
yeah, my mom used to tell me that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no real like tip or trick, but it signaled me because I'm like, it's definitely on the OCD spectrum, and you're using it to ease your anxiety. So you
yeah.
have to use something to replace that. And
Jogging,
if you can't stop,
perhaps.
yeah, if you can't stop, you actually probably should see someone about that because you gotta
Therapy? Can you do
gotta
therapy
stop
for
doing
OCD?
it. Yeah, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Cool.
It's a specific and kind of usually expensive form of therapy, or just like for me, like just read some books about OCD, and I think you'll understand it better. And anytime for me when I understand something better, that helps me to stop the behavior if I logically know where the behavior is coming from. Because I was thinking, I was like, oh, is there anything you can do that will like, or
Take its place of
or even
picking?
like if you're home alone, I don't know, do something like put like black eyeshadow around your nipple or something, so that anytime you pick it, you're gonna get your hands dirty. Like little tricks like that.
And it's a reminder to not do it?
Yeah, it's kind of like, just a reminder, like why I have
Put some hot wax on your nipples.
and then you'll have to like go and like you won't be able to do anything else because you'll have gotten black on your hands. You'll have to go then take a moment, wash your hands. It's like it's stepping outside of the kind of anxiety riddled behavior. I think
you just cured it.
is what I would recommend.
Write us back and let us know.
That's like a self-help kind of thing. It's the same thing as like tying a red ribbon around your finger or slapping yourself with a rubber band, which are actually all things.
Yeah,
the rubber
on the
band
wrist.
is absolutely
Because then you associate that activity then with a little like pinch.
with a little,
And that's enough to take you out of it a lot of
you
times.
you kind of need to get yourself out of the behavior. That's even the same as like when you're training a dog, you give it a little tap just to kind of get it out of whatever moment it's having. Get it out of the behavior. That's it. If anyone has any tips or tricks, just email us at sorryboutlastnightshow@gmail.com. And now today's guest, guys.
Oh, so much fun.
This is someone who we've been wanting to have on the podcast for a really long time. So has such an interesting life, equal parts funny and sad. She's a writer, editor on Elite Daily. She has contributed to some e-cards, and she's just a really wonderful comedian, one of my favorites in the city. Please give a warm welcome to Rosebud Baker.
Hi, guys. I'm good.
We all know that's not your real name. Let's start with that.
What?
Wait,
what?
Wow, getting grilled. Whoa, right off the top, coming in hot. Corinne just got off fucking public transportation. She's got a BO bonnet.
It was a cab, Rosebud.
I wish.
Come on.
Yeah, it was an SUV, black SUV.
Whoa.
So
Fancy pants.
Wait,
Thank
is that
you.
your real name?
No.
Whoa, what's your
I don't
name?
even know the
My
story
real name
behind it.
My
I didn't
real
know that
name
was
is
a thing.
Rosemary, actually.
Oh.
But I've never been called Rosemary in my entire life. Like, my parents called me Rosebud.
Okay. Well, that's for the. I think Rosebud is a better.
It is a better name.
just-
I was just curious how you get to that because it's very hippie-ish.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of different stories in my family about how I got it. Everybody takes credit for the nickname. My aunt takes credit for it. My dad does. Apparently, the story. Let's see, if we're going with what my dad says.
Sure. Let's go with the man. He's probably right.
Yeah. I was born and I was like constantly very red in the face, and he was like, "Oh, she's like a little rosebud," and that's like how I got it.
Aw.
So you had something wrong with you, and then they're like,
So
"That's
you were-
your nickname
You
for
had
life."
it. I was take a shit, but you couldn't,
I
so
was
it
born
showed in your
strangled
face.
by the umbilical cord, and they thought it was adorable.
It was like an invisible umbilical cord around you all the time when you were a child.
Exactly.
It's very sweet.
Exactly.
We were having a conversation about fashion that was very interesting. I've been trying to figure out how the fuck to dress.
Right.
But you were talking about big boobs. How big what's your cup size?
I'm a 34D.
Okay, yes, same. And you can't wear certain shit. It looks stupid.
Yeah, no. And
Sorry,
I do
Corinne, I
a
know
great
you have
job
it.
of covering them up.
It's fine. I think my act speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I do have a 10
You have befriended friends with big old titties.
I do have a 10-minute bit about that's my punching up towards people with large breasts joke. So
right. Yeah.
I'm fine.
But yeah, you just can't wear certain shit. You can't wear on marathons. That's for goddamn sure.
Well, no. And fuck the New York City Marathon, by the way, while we're at it. I just want to throw that
It's
out
not
there.
even for a cause.
I
right?
do hope that they all escape what they're running from, as I said before.
I don't know what the cause, but it's also like why is this not happening in some small city in the Midwest where where this is not going to shut down the whole fucking city?
Or, along
I'm
the
fine
river.
with the running.
Along the river. Run along the river.
Yeah, run.
Where the pedestrians run.
Exactly.
Tell the pedestrians to take a fucking day off, and then tell the marathon people to run there.
Yeah, although after this week, it's probably better not to run along that route.
That's true. There's always going to be some fucking terrorists
Oh God.
running you over with a truck.
By the way, can we just talk about nobody even talked about that. Like, I don't.
No, not many people did.
That happened.
I did have food poisoning that day. My dad. That's how I learned about it because my dad texted me and goes, "You okay?"
Yeah, I also didn't know until my brother texted me, "Are you alive?" And I go, "Oh no, what terrorist attack happened this?"
And I was
time?"
like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then Google.
I don't know. I think, there's multiple reasons why people may not want it. Number one, Uber might have paid them off to not talk about it because the guy who did it was an Uber driver.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And
Yeah.
that's why you should use Lyft, lady. No, I'm just kidding.
Which, that's,
Well, you got to have a
Possible.
way to fund running the truck for your terrorist plot.
right.
Right.
So how are you going to get it? I mean, you
Right.
would think they get money overseas from some evil motherfucker in a bank account or something, but I don't know how that works. I don't know.
Well, this guy
International-
claimed allegiance to ISIS, but I don't know. I think he's just like trying to get into the group by himself. I don't necessarily.
he was the
think
loser of ISIS.
He just right. Because I mean, they've I don't want to, but they've done better work.
They have. I know. I think
You
about this
know?
all the time. Don't know if it's wise to say on a podcast, but whatever. And sometimes it's
ISIS, you could have done better.
Yeah, he
Well,
was
that's
probably
what
the
I think.
loser, but he's like, if I kill myself
Yeah.
and say ISIS, they have to accept me.
But also,
And they're right.
He
He's
majorly
right.
fucked up. He didn't kill himself.
I know.
Like that's terrorism 101. You need to make sure that you
Have a gun in the
go.
goddamn car.
He didn't even have a real gun. He had like a fake
What a
gun.
loser.
It was like a potato gun.
Oh, of course it was.
And now they're trying to send them to like
he was hitting himself with the
Gitmo.
potato in the truck until when the cops got there.
Yeah.
Gitmo. Ugh.
Yeah, and then they're gonna like, should we torture him? Should we not?
Yeah.
Maybe just get. I don't. I have. What? Who the? Why the fuck? What the
I
fuck
say
do
give
I
him
know?
a reality TV show.
Yeah.
Is that not the American way?
I think it is. As I recall, it is the
ISIS.
American way.
ISIS has talent. ISIS got talent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just do
That's
like
good.
God, that is really
ISIS-
That's probably
ISIS
the darkest
got
thought
talent.
I've had this week.
That's really funny.
Oh my God.
I would watch that.
ISIS got talent.
Because it's not grammatically. It doesn't sound grammatically correct.
No, it literally
In addition to ISIS got talent in general.
ISIS got talent.
They don't got talent though.
No, they're not.
Well, he doesn't.
you know what?
Some do, but I feel like I
was
would
like,
do
some
it.
of them, yeah.
I would do it more like The Voice style, so that you have three people who are experts in terrorism with their backs turned, and then people come on the stage and say, "This is my terrorist plot," and then like if you
And then
like
if you
it,
turn
spin
around. Yeah.
You know what? You might as well just have Trump on there. I mean,
Yeah, he would host it.
yeah, I really feel like he
He
would.
doesn't wants to be doing anything else than sitting in that old house.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, sex stuff.
Sex stuff, right?
God.
Right.
This is the world.
No, but I was reading Man Repeller, which is
Yes.
a blog about fashion, and if you don't know how to dress, it's fantastic.
I gotta
It
read
kind
it.
of teaches you how to dress. So that's what I've been reading.
Why is it called Man Repeller though? Did they explain that?
Yeah, because it started off as like, you know how like everything that it becomes a fashion trend, men are like, ew, why would you even wear that?
look like you're wearing a smock.
Yeah, so the idea is that everything that we like
embrace that.
fashion-wise, men hate. And it's like dressing.
And that makes me happy.
yeah, it's like dressing for you. And
Yeah.
kind of dressing to have fun.
Yeah.
And,
you're dressing as an expression of yourself.
Right.
Yeah, because anytime a guy I'm out with, or just like a friend I'm out with, is attracted to a woman, I must say she is dressed like a 1980s Walmart catalog.
Exactly.
Huh.
Because I think men are
Tight,
just looking at it
low-cut
like, yo,
tee.
what's the least amount of clothing you can be wearing?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I
Okay.
mean, you can be dressed in a rag with fucking fishnet tights.
And they'll be like,
And they'll be like, that's the
I'll fuck
hottest
you.
outfit I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah. Wow. You are so fashion forward.
Yeah.
When really you're just showing up to work at the strip club. you know?
Right. And
it's
I like Man Repeller because it like tells you how to layer. And I'm like the most comfortable when I'm wearing the most amount of clothes.
Same.
possible. Yeah.
Why? Why is that for you?
I just think it's a comfort thing. Like I like to be wearing a lot of clothes. I just like it feels comfortable. I feel like I'm in a sleeping bag. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I want to be. I kind of want to be covered up. I never feel super comfortable in. Okay, so like my Halloween costume was Courtney Love in the '90s. So like,
Nice.
You know, I wore like these tights that were ripped up and like a slip.
Yeah.
And I wore 3 pairs of underwear because I was so
Whoa.
uncomfortable walking out of the house.
Has someone
in that.
tried to get to your vagina?
I was gonna say, I was like, just in case anybody sees anything, I just want to be wearing as much
3.
coverage as possible.
Three. I mean, okay.
I was wearing a thong, and then I was wearing, and then I wore tights,
Why a thong?
I know. I love that.
Why
That
a
was
thong?
step one.
A thong is
Well, you
step
got to
one.
cover the tiniest bits first.
Cover that up.
Okay.
you know?
Each thing has a different coverage
Right.
thing.
And also, if your genitals are cold, the rest of you is going to be
My
freezing.
pussy is never cold, though.
No, it's not. It was really, you know what? It was really just for me. I was really.
Mine is when I was
Why? Your
skiing,
pussy
it was
gets cold?
cold. Yeah.
What? I have
If
never...
you're doing outdoor sports, your pussy will get cold.
Whoa.
Sure.
I
My
guess I've never done a winter sport.
Yeah.
My ass is always freezing.
Butt cheeks get cold.
My
for
vagina
sure.
is warm as hell.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's
But I never skied,
It's humid
though.
down there.
Yeah, it's because you got three
Well,
pairs of fucking underwear on.
Well, yeah, for sure. That didn't
You're
help.
keeping it all in, all the moisture.
I mean, I was literally, I think it was just like walking out of the house in that little amount of clothing. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to make sure nobody sees even a little bit of anything.
Yeah.
If I'm walking up some subway stairs, I don't want anybody catching a
when
glimpse.
when you were younger, was there like a time, not even a specific incident, but do you remember feeling grossed out by like men's attention towards you?
I've always felt grossed out by men's attention. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Because I
It's
don't
never one
feel
incident for
like
me.
a woman. You know what I mean? I mean, of course I'm like a woman, but I don't like feel like, you know, when you're like walking around in the world, you're
You just
like,
want to be a person sometimes. Women don't really have that luxury.
Well, I just do feel like a person.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just am a person. So,
and then that attention is like, hey, you're also a woman, Rosebud.
right. Like,
it's Larry
even-
David annoying you.
Even when I went out on Halloween, somebody came up to me and was like, Rosebud? Like, they didn't recognize me because I was wearing like makeup and wearing like a dress and like, I looked like a skank. You know what I mean? I looked like,
Yeah.
like I looked like,
Well, that's why you don't dress that way.
You know what I
that's
mean?
you think yourself when you
yeah,
do.
exactly. I was like, oh, I can't.
I love dressing like a skank though. Sometimes.
Sometimes I do, but it's like, it's if I would feel safer if there were no men. I would love
Right?
to. I'd dress like the biggest whore if there were no
Dude.
men.
This is so interesting
Same.
to me because I certainly do not like catcalling or you know the male gaze on me, but I don't feel uncomfortable ever with
Yeah.
it. And I mean, I've been got like other people around me have felt more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, Christina included, but also like even growing up in high school, like I used to always like to wear like short shorts and like my family would get a